it's pretty amazing to me about what's going on with this Sydney Sweeney American Eagle jeans commercial. It's kind of crazy. Like, there's so many different ways I can look at this, but I'm going to look at one thing that people haven't really been focusing on is the marketing side of it and why maybe they did it. So most likely, the American Eagle jeans for women has been a top seller, and it's been the top seller for a while. But I think the sales have probably plateaued. And most likely, they was probably looking at their men's line and said, okay, our women's line is plateaued. We're firmly like number 2 in the market. We're doing really well, but it hasn't really grown any. And we're looking at over to our men's line. It was like, well, there's nothing we can do to kind of pump up our men's line. What can we do? And they took a bold move. They chose Sydney Sweeney. And I think they chose her because for a moment of time, it seemed like Gen Z women liked Sydney and Gen Z men liked Sydney for 2 totally different reasons. A lot of women liked her because of Euphoria, and guys like watching her in Euphoria. so it was almost like a win-win. And I think they felt like with the jeans ad that they had, it's a throwback to like the commercials from the 70s and the 80s, like the Brooke Shields jeans commercials. Like, there's nothing in between me and my Calvins. Now that's a little bit different because Brooke was super young when she made that, but Sydney's like what, in the her late 20s. So, but again, it harkens back to that time period of hypersexual ads. But that was the time period. Most ads, if you look back 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, a lot of those ad campaigns were super sexual, especially between, I don't know, from the 1940s through the early 80s. So they kind of went back to the ad. And again, it wasn't a super sexual ad. Like, it was provocative, but it wasn't anything horrible. So I'm sure they felt like they was going to get some pushback from it. But I don't think American Eagle knew they was going to get what type of pushback. Now, all the publicity they're getting is free advertising, so people are just repeatedly saying American Eagle. I don't think most people even think about American Eagle now. But I think they got what they wanted. Because now they're going to have guys going to American Eagle, and if they're looking for a birthday gift or a Christmas gift, they're going to, they might think about that going, if they think about some gifts. And then for themselves, they might go through there and say, oh, we like these jeans or we like these shirts. So I think whatever backlash they're receiving, it's going to do pretty well for the men's line. Now, again, the clothes have to be good and it has to be comfortable. It has to be something the guys want. But if they have jeans, shirts, shoes, whatever they got that caters to men, I think they did a pretty good job with it. I think what they didn't bank on was Gen Z women being so upset by that campaign, because I guess before the way they marketed it, it was just for all women, women of color, women of all sizes. And I think by going all in on Sydney, American Eagle made a choice. Now, I think moving forward, I think Sydney still will be their main gal, but I think they'll probably will have other ads that will feature different women of color, different sizes. I think they will kind of go back to that in a while. But right now, they put out a statement and they really didn't apologize. They just said, hey, they didn't say, I'm sorry. They say, we know the criticisms are out there and we didn't mean to offend anybody, but I don't think they're going to change. No, I think they're doubling down on Sydney, and that's fine. The funny thing is, a lot of these ladies are more upset by this commercial about the jean commercial than they are with anything she did in Euphoria. If you're going to be upset by anything, the sex scenes and nudity in Euphoria should be something you should be upset by. It's like, oh no, we're fine with that. We hate this jean commercial. It's like, oh, that's what offends you. Oh my God. So are these women wrong? I don't think they're wrong. Like, listen, if they bought American Eagle jeans because the American Eagle had a certain marketing point of view, so I totally understand why they feel this way, because American Eagle made a pivot. But I think American Eagle said, hey man, we need something to spruce up our sales. We need something to kind of entice men. We need something with Christmas around the corner. Like, who's talking about American Eagle jeans? Now you have everybody talking about American. You're going to have people buying stuff from American Eagle jeans just to make a point, which is so stupid. But hey, that's sales. So it doesn't matter. So what do you guys think? Do you think it was a good idea for American Eagle to sign Sydney Sweeney? I think it was good. See, here's the thing about Sydney. Sydney is actually in the wrong era. Her and Sabrina Carpenter, they would have fit perfectly 25 years ago with Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears and Angelina Jolie. And even maybe 10 years ago, where we had like Christina Hendricks and Shara Shahi, where, you know, that was probably 10 years ago was probably the last time women like really flirted and like sexy. Go watch those old Craig Ferguson interviews. You know, that was the last time women were like really super sexy and all that stuff in interviews. Like you have pockets of that today. You have Sabrina, Dakota Johnson's kind of like that. Sydney's definitely like that. So women like that definitely fit in the Jolie, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera era, where everything was done with a weakness, a smile, and flirtiness and sexiness. And it just seems like Gen Z just don't like sexy women. The women's like, no, we don't want you to be sexy. It's like, and I think there's room for both. If you want to be super feminist, that's fine. I got no problem with you being a feminist. Like, hey, if you want to be a feminist, there's room for everybody. But if you're somebody who likes being a sex spot or a sex kitten, that should be fine too. Like, it's 2025. Everybody shouldn't follow the same program. So if you're a woman who feels like, no, it's all about body shapes and women of color and we're all lovely and beautiful and, you know, it shouldn't be about the male gaze. Okay, fine. That's fine. But if you are a woman and you like the male gaze, because guess what? OnlyFans would not exist without the male gaze. a lot of all these twerking videos would not exist if it weren't for the male gaze. Now, yes, males, we could be dumb sometimes. We could be dumb a lot of times. But listen, a lot of women are making a lot of money because dumb dudes pay a lot of money watching women twerk or watching women take their clothes off or watching women in jean commercials and then going to that place and buying their girlfriend or wife some jeans because they saw Sydney Sweeney. Can the male gaze be horrible? Yeah. But can the male gaze be very profitable? Hell yeah. And that's what my American Eagle says. Like, listen, man, we might not be totally behind the whole male gaze thing. And we know we might make some of our female audience upset, but damn it, Christmas is around the corner and we need sales. So we'll take this backlash for the male gaze. So shout out to Sydney Sweeney. Shout out to the ladies who are offended by Sydney Sweeney. Shout out to dudes who's going to American Eagle for the first time. And shout out to American Eagle for taking a risk. Now, would it be a risk long term? Would it hurt their sales long term? Maybe. But short term, I think the jeans that she marketed sold out. So short term, looks like a success. Long term? So ladies, let me ask you a question. If you don't like Sydney Sweeney's jean commercial, who do you think they should have hired in her place that not just appealed to women, but men too? Because that's the equation. You got to be somebody who's going to appeal to men and women. It can't be just women. Evidently, they want to hit men too. So it got to be, who do you think that men would like in a commercial that you would like to? I thought it was Sydney Sweeney. But I guess we're all wrong. I guess.